Very good afternoon, good morning, and good evening for those who have already joined. I'm super excited and super happy today because when we see people are making money in our community, when we see our payouts, that's when the real happiness comes for us because we are able to make an impact for traders. So let me just share a couple of insights first and foremost, then we can take the live session forward. And those who are already with the live, we will also discuss a couple of entries which we have discussed. Also we will also take you through the analysis which we have done, top down analysis. You might have seen a great opportunity capturing this entire move. It was a counter trend. Yesterday we discussed that this was a counter trend and we are trying to capture until this is going to be our first target, which is 3285. This time fortunately it played out very well. When I say this time, most of the time it plays, but consider you don't have to be very sure about the directions. So first thing for today's live is appreciating Mr. Manoj Kumar along with Gaurav. Those two traders have got their payout through their hard work and dedication. And please join with me today for appreciating these wonderful guys, because let me share their names as well, so it will be much more easy for you to you know go through it one by one. Let me open their certifications. Before that, am I audible, guys? Can I have your comments, please? Am I audible? Do you please let me know in the comment section? Yes, no, today without even your comments, I'm not, moving further, guys. Please do let me know your comments. Just even say a hi is more than enough for me, because I can understand whether am I able to explain to you guys well enough. Yes, no, no one, none of you. Come on. Thank you so much, Blanty. Thank you so much. So yes, let me share the screen. And okay, so today appreciating with Gaurav, he got a payout of $80. He has started his journey early with us, and he has also received, a 2,500 dollar account for free. So a free upgrade as well as an account payout of $80. When it comes to Manoj Kumar, he has earned more than $900, not more than $900 payout. He was on a 10K account and he has achieved a 10% target on the 10K account, and we have paid him. And we have also given him a kind of warning because one or two odd trades he has pledged. He was doing, let's say, hedging in his account. So we have given him a final warning to do not do a hedging again. So he's on his 20k mission to hit another 10 more percentage, and he'll be getting his $1,800 payout if he has completed this. So understand the beauty of E2T prop, because this is something which we explain each and every time for all the other people as well. So make sure you guys are able to reap the benefits from the organization, able to regain the momentum of your discipline, your consistency, and your trading systems. Let me just share the sheet. And moving forward, what is happening with our live trading? Because you know the fact that we have took a couple of trades yesterday. One was on UK 100. Let me see. Yeah, absolutely a good runner with respect to UK 100. We have entered from here 8734. If you look at our E2T dashboard, let me just log in. So this is the trade we have entered yesterday. Yeah, 8720 and 8731. And from there we are targeting UK 100 to hit at 8,910. By end of the day. Let's see if it is not happening. I'll be closing the position with respect to break even. I've trialed this one to break even. Let's see if this is happening. With respect to BTC, we were in the wrong train yesterday. We hit our stop loss. You can also see our stop loss got hit yesterday. Let me check the close positions. BTC, we lost around $29. Even gold, we were an early entry. We lost around $29 on gold as well. If you look at gold chart, so we have ended here, and from this point onwards, market have been fell down. Excuse me. Hi Shivam, hello. So those who are completely new to the platform, those who want to understand how we are going to trade. So today I'm just sitting in the trading floor so that you can hear the news events as well. So what is the plan for our New York session for today? That's what I'm going to discuss first and foremost thing, and then we will take you through the E2T prop and explain the benefits so that it will be much more value added in the beginning, and then we can start with all your questions and clarifications. Those who are on the webinar, could you please log into this YouTube, because we have already shifted from webinar to YouTube. Just give me a second, guys. Right? Okay. So the first thing for today, Friday, as senior traders and vendors always say that we don't have to, go on a bad weekend. So I have captured in the early morning Asia session. I have captured a couple of points in this, not in E2T prop with respect to the own accounts. I have entered somewhere close to 3313 and captured a nice move, kept it open and kept the stop loss above this high. And with respect to BTC, I have a great analysis. You should tell me whether it is a great or not, by the way. So if I look at the structure, we have got broken the structure, the balanced price range yesterday. But when I take this OTE levels, so I don't know how many of you use the OTE levels, but this is how I understand most important areas. Go to the fib retracement and take the recent structure high and low, mark the high and low, and if I mark the high and low, we can see the 71.71, 0.78, and 0.886 levels. This is the optimal trade entries on zones which I look into for my entries as well. So if I'm entering this position at currently, we can even target 130, but to be precise, on tomorrow the OPEC meeting is happening with the Gulf countries, and the new big news event is going to happen tomorrow. So I'll be targeting the smaller structure first, which is 111027. This itself giving us a 1:3 RR with respect to current position, right? So if I get an opportunity to enter above 104,965, and I'll be looking for long today with respect to BTC. As we have discussed on gold, yes, on a monthly time frame, this is just a reiterating the fact that which we have already discussed. Even I have shared as a 3-minute clip for you to understand what is my the monthly perspective. So if I look at on a monthly time frame, as we already discussed, you can see that monthly candle on gold is slightly above this previous closing. So remember what I have observed with respect to candles and patterns. If we have a consecutive, five runners, five consecutive bulls or bears, five consecutive candles, that's is a sort of an indication that that's going to, you know, uh, change the direction of the particular trend which is in. So if you observe on a monthly time frame, you can see that earlier we had a three consecutive candles and a consolidation, followed by another three more consecutive candles, and followed by a consolidation, followed by a four consecutive candles, followed by a consolidation, and now we are at a fifth consecutive candle if this candle closes below this zone, that's what I said. If the candle is closing below this month, particularly today, as we are closing the day and month as well. So if gold closes below 3286, I believe the closing can be somewhere close to 3284. $2 more. This closes as a bearish doji where gold is pushing towards new all-time high. It can be somewhere close to 3,800 levels, right? But if I add all the analysis part, we can also see that we have our weekly POI areas. I'll be doing my reanalysis on this weekend to come up with what is going to happen with respect to the daily closing. And on a 4 hours, we have seen this value area or the balanced price ranges respecting it. At the same time, we have also seen that market was not able to sustain this range. Yesterday we discussed, within 15 minutes chart, yesterday's live, if you look at it, I have ended something like this. But for those who were waiting, I have said, to them, if you are considering entering short, we need to see that a good rejection is happening from this particular zone so that we can take a new entry. So that has happened in the early morning. If I remember exact time, it was around 1 a.m. GMT, 5:30 a.m. in the you know IST. So we had a good rejection right after this pull. If you look at the lower time frame, when I was looking at the market, even the lower time frame was manipulating this consolidation both the sides, and then it gave a good retest entry. At that point in time when I was looking at this chart, I was talking about this zone, and I've closed with a slight profit and done for the day, done for the scalping levels. Now I'll be looking for the New York session to give a good opportunity. You can take this entire move as a consolidation. If I get in a good opportunity where somewhere close to taking out the liquidity on London session, I'll be happy to go short. So this is a kind of a pattern which I'll be looking for the New York session today. If you don't get this opportunity, I'll not be entering. But right after London high, if you get an opportunity to enter, which is going to be somewhere close to 3304 to 3307 levels, and I'll be looking for some more value area zones and the imbalances within the zone. Uh, at least a 50 percentage of this structure. So if I take the entire structure for today, so this is how it looks, right? Yeah, look at the precision. So this zone is exactly 50 percentage above the zone, which is the entire structure. If I get at least 50 percentage above the total, the candle, 50 percentage of this candle, I'll be looking to short with respect to this target. Even I can keep a stop loss above 14 if you are in an early entry. If you are practicing a fixed fraction position sizing, when I say fixed fraction position sizing, which is nothing but I'll be entering a one lot here. If I want to enter another lot, I'll be entering here so that my risk is somewhat less, and I'll be entering one more lot here. How do you guys call this? So this is how I'll be positioning myself into this target, but I'll keep the target at
year-on-year headline looking for 2.1, month-on-month 0.1, harmonise year-on-year 2%, month-on-month 0.1%.
Okay, month on month is 0.1 percentage, year on year 0.3 percentage, which is less for the German prelim CPI. So which means, let's say euro might give a fall. We don't know whether it's a good news or a bad news for today. Look at this bearishness on euro. Is the prelims here, CPI which got released at the moment. Let's see how it goes. At the same time, so when we look at other charts, Euro, we don't have a position. Let me see what is happening with Euro JPY.
Back to the day's track, now fresh. At the top, less than 10 minutes ago. Now the CPI. Headline looking for 2.1 to be unchanged from prior. Month-on-month, 0.105 report. Harmonized year-on-year, 0.05 2.2. Month-on-month, 0.105. We also have Brazil's GDP first quarter.
Look at the move on UK 100. Let me see if we have some more position to enter on USD JPY. Let's do a top down again. Okay, so looking at current scenario, I'm just taking out these zones on a weekly basis. This is closing below the zone. If the market is closing below this particular zone, which we have discussed earlier, 144.044, then the next week, this is a kind of a pattern.
Then a preview from HSBC. Bearing in mind, the preview was written at the end of last week. They say with Easter falling into the services price growth, Germany's consumer price.
This is a sort of a pattern. Sometimes we can get a wick, solid wick up to taking out the stop losses, but the body should be something like this. This is what my expectations for the next week for in terms of with respect to USD JPY, until and unless there is a major change. If the candle closes below this area, I won't be looking at today. I'll be looking for next month Monday on this USD JPY. Please come down.
CPI to rise 0.2% month, which will cause the year-on-year rate to decline from 2.6 to 2.1, lowest print since September 2024.
So I'm really sorry, guys. This is why I have never come to the trading floor when we are going on a live, because always some or the other news hits us with the good or bad. But it is good to have some news events as well, right? So with respect to gold, look at this move. Yeah, we have discussed that what we are looking today, but there would be a slight change. When I say slight change, market has to take out the lower side liquidity. If it is taking a support from 3284 and then pushing towards upside, I won't be completely I'll be completely avoiding this setup, because this has to keep the liquidity below like this, then push towards upside, so that we can target the entire liquidity towards downside for the London low will be discussed. So what we are looking at on a simple note, before New York, whether the market opens and takes out the London high or London low. If it is taking out the London high, then we'll be targeting the London low, which is 3284. If it is taking out the London low, then we'll be targeting the London high. So this is the simple plan we have for the day, right? With respect to BTC, today, I think if it happens with respect to the same view, I think we might end up coming back to 108,556 by closing, so that the weekly candle looks so bullish. Now we can see that the weekly candle looks bearish, but by end of the day, by end of tomorrow, we might see the candle is closing close to 108,582. That's what my expectations, and let me see how it unfolds for tomorrow. And UK 100, yes, you guys know what we have discussed. Okay, with respect to Nasdaq, look at the re-entry. As we have multiple times we discussed that, and unlike Bank Nifty, if some of you might have experience in trading in the Bank Nifty, right? Unlike Bank Nifty, we might get multiple opportunities in the same asset. That's the observation which I had in the previous time as well. So the similar pattern we have also observed here. So if the market is able to sustain this, we can even see one more round of long with respect to the same levels. If I get an opportunity to enter below the daily opening. So what I'll be looking for Nasdaq. Nasdaq, if we get a long position entry below the daily open, so we might get a good chance to enter at this point. The candle might, 15 minutes candle might go below than that, and it could form us a, wick and take a support from this zone. So this is the stop loss which we can expect, or entry we can expect, keeping a stop loss of this. So in this scenario,
the OPEC Plus may discuss oil output larger than 411,000 barrels a day in July at meeting on Saturday.
okay, so the OPEC discussion is, heating up, guys. So we might get a good volatility. As I said, as we have already discussed, that for this particular, the quarter ending, we might see lot of unwindings happen with respect to the assets. And any questions, any clarifications, I'm happy to. So the Zoom worth buying today. What's your good name, brother? So if you see, I've just opened it on the Zoom, the same situation, so that you can get to know all your questions and answers here itself. So I have some questions. Screen is not visible. Abhi Kumar Kaiti, could you please join to the, the live session which we have posted? I have a question on BTC. Mohammed Yasir, please go on, Yasir. Please go on. What is your question? I'll just have a look at your webinar as well. So guys, since we have already run the email campaigns to the webinar, I'll be doing all the updates. I'm really sorry for the inconveniences. Please make sure you guys are shifting into the YouTube so that you can see the screen what I'm talking about. Andres, can you provide any information on the futures market, please? What are the assets? Do you think Nasdaq will bounce back instead of a continuation downtrend? Okay. If you want to have a look at Nasdaq futures, let me just open the charts.
One minute now is CPI.
The CPI in 1 minute, guys.
Yeah, my finance.
Okay, Nasdaq, without looking at our, our volume profiles. Yes, some of the time, I'll be trading live. Some of the time, I'll be entering my positions early. So these are all the entries which I have planned and prepared. Usually, Andres, what I do, I try to enter right after the next 4-hour candle opens. We have this German, sorry, what is this?
2.1%, 2.1% year on year, month on month 0.1, harmonized year on year 2.1, month on month 0.2. UK Brazil 1.4% quarterly, year on year 2.9, the unemployment Mexico 2.54. Recap the German figure, year on year headline 2.1 is expected, month on month 0.1 is expected. Harmonized there 2.1 expecting 2% on prior 2.2. And month on month 0.2 expecting 0.1 on a prior 0.5%.
All right, so it's a good for German economy with respect to the CPI. Let's see how it acts with respect to the OPEC meeting happening tomorrow. And coming back to Andres' question, yes, Abhishek, we are funding talented traders. I do spot CFDs, Andres. So with respect to Nasdaq, this is what we have done, right, on our top down. So this zone, particularly this zone, is a consolidation. We can see that now, answering where is the distribution is going to happen. If you take this entire zone as a consolidation, we have seen the you know the entire breakdown and manipulating towards downside, and we have captured this entire move. If you remember, we have entered our Nasdaq within 22,000 after right after taking out the zone, and we have rided and we kept our target for 21,572. On the previous lives, you can go through and understand this. But with respect to the after this manipulation, so let me just draw this consolidation phase. So let's consider this is a consolidation zone. When this consolidation happened, right after having a good rally. When I say good rally, this is a bounce back with respect to weekly time frame, right? So if you look at on a weekly time frame, we had this rally, a slight push, and then down. We had a nice structure, internal structure got hit, and after that it broken the entire structure and moved right after taking this liquidity, but below this area. This is how we are in, right? After this zone, we can see a nice consolidation. So this is what happened with respect to the market, right? After that, we got a good consolidation area, and this is the consolidation we were expected. After this consolidation, market took the lower side liquidity first, and then to push towards upside. Now it is trading with respect to this particular zone. So what I have observed with respect to my previous experience, when the lower side liquidity is taken first and then coming back to this imbalance zone on this consolidation, most of the time, okay, when I say this, most of the time after this manipulation, most of the time the distribution has happened like this. Okay, so we have got a good reversal. If you go back in a bigger picture on a monthly or a weekly or a daily time frame, this is the structure we are in, right? So we had a nice push towards downside. If you remember this fall, we have posted in our community as well. The link in description is given with joining on the community, so you can see the nice push which is given. Post that push, it has taken out a breakup structure, and this is the breakup structure we can consider. And after this breakup structure, market is consolidation. In a consolidation, you can consider this as a bullish pennant pattern. If you are a pattern trader, if you are a trend line trader, even you can draw a trend line with respect to this. If you are using price action, you can follow what we are discussing. Excuse me, guys, sorry. Yeah, look at this trend line. We had a nice break towards upside, and market is supporting with respect to this trend line, even this one, and coming back as in a good solid retest, and then it can push towards upside, taking out the daily all-time highs. So this is what we can target, 22,223 levels. Now let's go back to the volume profiles and see what is happening with the volume profile. So even though we are laying down a monthly view or a quarterly view, it will make much more understanding for us to make a decision with respect to the lower time frames. Now we can go back and see what is happening with respect to the volume profile. Let me put it on 15 minutes and then where's Nasdaq? Yeah, this is what we were even discussing, right? This breakup structure which has happened, and you can see a solid, what you can see on the screen. You can see more than a stacked imbalance towards upside on a 1 minute time frame. If I go for 15 minutes, okay, this is too much for the 15 minutes, but let me see. No, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm not able to see it on Nasdaq. Let me search futures. It's already there. E-mini. Andres, are you referring to E-mini or micro E-mini? Thank you, futures. Let's open it. Okay. We have on a 15 minutes time frame, we have start imbalances towards a sell side, but looking at this break, let's see on a 15 minutes. Yeah, we have got a good you know break, but considering this particular candle right after this value area, market is trading, you know came back to this value area and tapped into it and then pushing towards upside. We might not get one more entry if the market is pushing towards upside. Look at the solid stacked imbalances. I think this is with respect to the continuation pattern. So looking at purely on the imbalances, let me just take you through the it's in 15 minutes. Yeah, this break has given a retest. If you consider this is as a breakout and this is a fake out, and even multiple times this is acting as a trend line break within the shorter time frame, we might not even get this opportunity in the New York session, but still I'll be waiting for the new 4-hour candle open. If the market is not coming back to this level, we could find an imbalance between this area in the next 4-hour candle open. So the simple beauty of being focusing on all entries with respect to the 4-hour candle. So what happens on a candle simple anatomy? If you do, any candle opens like this and it has to manipulate towards downside if it is pushing towards upside, right? So the manipulation happened. If you just look at the daily candle today, market opened at this area, right? From there we have got a good manipulation zone towards downside, and it's always better to enter below the opening. And if you don't get this opportunity to enter below the opening of the range in the New York session, there is no point in entering for the risk reward. We might enter late entries with respect to small risk and small reward for it. So on a Friday, I won't be looking to enter something like this. Particularly, we can even get, as I said earlier, we'll get multiple opportunity. Yes, it is trading, right? Now it is trading with respect to sorry, it is trading with respect to the day low. If we get a good entry opportunity, it might be worth considering this opportunity right now. Okay, we have got an opportunity. Let me just go back to Nasdaq. Let me just enter into
Trump just posted
Nasdaq.
on Truth.
Okay, Trump has said something. I'm just keeping Nasdaq risk 240.
Trump says China perhaps not surprisingly to some has totally violated its agreement with the US on tariffs.
Okay, Trump is saying that the China has violated on this tariffs. That's going to be a bad news. That's why market is on the spot. We can see that the push is happening. I'm just ignoring this trade for the time being because market has to reassess the fundamental thing before we get into a position. So we are not entering into this position at the moment. Okay. Thank you so much, Andres. Much to learn. I use volume and price action. That's great. Gold has made an order block at 3316 as a support. Okay. Thank you so much for your comments, Andres. It shows a more value to it. At least people are able to learn. Those who are completely new, I might be sharing the same thing which most people know it, but those who are completely new, combining with the institutional perspective as well as a retail perspective, it gives us much more clarity. So this is what we call it, uh, you know, more value providing to our E2T traders altogether, right? So let's look back at the scenario on a real time. Yeah, a lot of stacked imbalances on a 15 minutes on Nasdaq with respect to sell orders. That is something interesting which has pushed gold, I guess. Let me just go back and see what is happening with respect to gold. Look at this, London low has been taken out. We discussed that I'll be completely avoiding this particular setup if the London low has been taken out first. Yes, the London low has been taken out first and then pushing towards upside, and we have a good volume as well. So we are not looking for shorting gold at the moment. Okay. And with respect to Bitcoin,
litigation not hurting trade negotiation. Real and CNBC tariffs litigation not hurting trade negotiation. And emails and texts from foreign officials saying we're just going to keep negotiating with you as before.
With respect to BTC, I'll be entering into a position. Let me go back to BTC and see what is the stop loss and the risk we have. The OTE risk is optimal trade and risk is 103,800. So if I keep $29 risk for this particular trade, let's go back and analyze what is happening. Yeah, it will be worth taking this risk. I've initiated this position. So as you know, we always risk around $25 per day, and my risk limit is basically trying a 4 trades per day. It can be for the London opening, it can be for the New York opening. I have already initiated 3 trades. I have one more trade. Those who are completely new, those who want to understand what is E2T funded account, now I'm going to share the beauty of how to manage the risk management with respect to any account. Say for example, let's say you might have seen we have paid out a $900 payout for a person who have started with a $10,000 account with us. Now there is a great opportunity to enter even for a 70% discount. Those who are on this live, please click on the link in description. I'll also post this coupon code for everyone, revealing the coupon code. Basically for 10K account, earlier it was around $300. Now it is at 50% discounted for this summer, which is around $150. If you start with $150, your reward is $900 when you make a 10% profit, right? So to manage the drawdown limit, which is the daily and maximum drawdown, this is the template which I have created for myself. And what I do, basically I take 1% of my capital and split it into 4. A quarter of a percentage risking for a particular trade within 1:2 or 1:3 gives us ample of room enough for trade to run. And also it might be very low with respect to the lot size which we have entered. You can see Bitcoin is slightly pushing towards upside. Even the UK 100 is slightly pushing towards upside. We have seen a good profit, right? So look at the entry. We have got a nice entry, I guess, with respect to BTC. So sorry guys, this is what I was sharing.
And the US is very focused on monitoring China compliance and trade.
Just had a quick shot on Nasdaq micros. It was a first club. Yeah. So regarding scalps, you have to be on the toes, as you know, Andrew. So that's completely fine. Rajan, we have discussed about gold. If it is taking out the lower side of the liquidity, which is the London low, we'll be targeting the London high, which has happened within fraction of seconds as well. So today I won't be entering more than one more position for the New York. We have got one more $25 to risk on a trade, and we'll see how it goes with respect to our E2T proper count. So as I said earlier, you get your payout, which is the 90% of the payout. At the same time, you can scale up to the next level account, which is 20K account, right? So you can start with the 10K, you can scale up your ladder to 20K, then to 40K, then to 60K, and then to 80K, all the way up to 100K in capital. So let me just
ECB reported there's a raise scrutiny on banks' private market exposures.
get the coupon code for everyone.
Korea adds efforts for a recall are ongoing.
Okay, those who want to start with E2T prop account on a 10K account today, as I said, you don't have to start with a $300. There is already a $150. Please click on the link in description. You will find the registration details. You have to go to the buy an instant capital, get this $150 account, get your 10K, and if you are from India, then you can do pay to this UPI. We'll enable your account from the backend. You can also do crypto. If you are doing bank transfer or any other process, please use this code, which is Global Employment Program May 20. You can get it 20% more discount, which is adding on top of your 50% discount. You can get it for $120 a 10K account, right? What is the risk as per trader who thinks as a risk and reward? The risk is $120 and the reward is not only $900 but also a free scale up plan of $300. So the reward is 1:10, I would say, as a trader, right? To start with an E2T prop. So those who are completely new, make sure you guys are trying with the trial version first, and then make yourself available, with all the nuances of this platform, and then make sure you guys are, starting with the instant capital. We have entered a good long entry. It might take some more time to push towards upside, but what I think, it is still with respect to this weekly POI and the lower time frame structure OTE as well. So I'm looking for long in BTC and Nasdaq. Gold, Rajan, we have discussed that. I'm just keen to understand what is going to happen with respect to monthly closing on this gold. If the market closes above 8286, then I'll be looking for, excuse me, guys. I'll be sorry.
Headline year-on-year looking for 2.2 on prior 2.3, month on month looking for 0.1 on a prior 0. Additionally, we have the April.
Andrew, this is our own platform. If you go back to the live,
to be unchanged from the prior, and retail inventory is looking for -0.1 unchanged from the prior.
You can sign up for a free 50K trial here, and then once you're confident enough, you can start with an instant capital. This is an internal platform itself. So as I said earlier, I'll be looking for closing of the day, and then we will take things forward from there. Okay, so that's it, guys, from my end for the day. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure to hit a subscribe button on our YouTube. And on this weekend, you have a great video from our trading psychologist. You can also see it on. Let me open it and share it with you. So this is a podcast which we have, myself and Enzo, discussed about how to start and pass any sort of prop firm account with respect to trading psychology. Please make sure that you guys are watching this video on this weekend, because there are a lot of stuff most retail traders miss with respect to trading psychology. You can learn it from here. And that's it from my end. Any questions, any clarifications, please do let me know. I have another 10 more minutes with you. If you have anything to ask, we can clarify that. If not, have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy your trading session for the New York. Mr. Rajan, Andres, thank you so much for your comments and valuable, questions. Abhishek, are you funding talented traders? Yes, Abhishek, we are funding talented traders. So make sure you are starting with a 50K free trial. Explore the platform, and once you are ready, fine with your strategies and skills, please do start with an instant capital. You can click on the link in description to join the community, where you can get all the like-minded traders support as well. Only the thing is, you have to be willing to start. Worth buying. Thank you so much, Lanty. Thank you so much, Sambhavam. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.